Fortnite streamers are usually best known for things like their personalities, their style, their sense of humor, or being very, very angry. Tim the Tatman. But one thing that seems to stand true for the majority of these streamers are their aggressive playstyles. And these aggressive playstyles get them in a lot of conflict in game. And when you play Fortnite for a living, the likelihood of one aggro streamer encountering another is not as rare as you might think.
I don't think at all because I am a llama.
Yes, we know, Fred. We know. Also, important announcement. Fred's dad that left him as a child has finally returned for Valentine's Day. I know. Brings tears to my... Actually, it doesn't bring tears to my... Sorry, Fred. You can buy his skin now using code T5G to support us, which for a limited time, you'll also get a free limited edition weapon and vehicle wrap if you use. That wrap is pretty cool, but I'm happy for you, Fred. Number 10. Tim the Tatman versus Tfue.
Tfue, man! Had to be you, bro! Frick!
What a better way to introduce Tim than with a 1v1 against Tfue. Tfue was looting Dusty Divot during a no-skin run when Tim happens to run up. Tfue heard him and hid, then narrowly avoids the first shots fired by Tim. Tfue was thinking smart though, as he instantly built a structure, but the game worked against him. As the Dusty Divot foliage blocked his view from Tim, making Tfue rely on his sound skills, Tim tried to fire some P90 shots from below, but quickly subsided. Tim didn't know Tfue couldn't see him, and that Tfue was relying on sound, so when Tim decided to try and sneak around to the side of Tfue's build where he didn't have a wall built up, it was kind of a lost cause as Tfue was listening the whole time as he usually is. He snapped around and landed the very few shots needed to eliminate Tim, and this shows the importance of your gaming gear that you might have. Remember back on MW2 when you needed to have the turtle beaches, otherwise you couldn't hear the footsteps and you were inferior to your opponents? Well, that's the thing again. Tfue's surround sound headset saved him in this situation, allowing him to successfully get the kill and continue on with his game. Number 9, CypherPK versus Myth.
GG, man. GG. Well played.
One person we really haven't talked about on this list yet is CypherPK. He's a popular Fortnite streamer and an overall decent player, but what if he ran into Myth? Well, it happened in a 1v1 for the Victory Royale at Lonely Lodge. Myth initially engaged with Cypher, but Cypher held out until he had to reload. Once Myth started reloading, Cypher took the chance, allowing him to push up, and this allowed Cypher to get some brief high ground on Myth. They briefly exchanged shots, then Cypher shot an RPG at Myth's structure, crippling it. And you're probably thinking, this is the end. But no, Myth catches himself on the cutoff point, and they both continue building against each other, switching dominant positions, and eventually, Cypher gets some clear high ground on Myth with an obvious cutoff point. CypherPK took the opportunity, shot a rocket at a choke point in Myth's build, finally dropping him from the sky to the ground, killing him, and getting the win. I find a lot of these final games end in high build battles and RPGs, don't you guys? Number 8, Ninja versus Summit 1G. Whew, those two names. Just drop. That's a name drop right there.
Oh god, so that was Summit!
I'm pissed. I'm pissed, dude. I'm so fucking pissed right now.
Dude, that was such an easy kill, too.
Always landing themselves in long-lasting battles against one another, except for the clip we're going to talk about next. This took place in Pleasant Park during a duos game with one of Ninja's friends. Ninja got out of battle on the other side of Pleasant Park, which killed his teammate. Ninja loots from the previous fight, then decides to head over to the other side of Pleasant Park, hoping to secure some more loot. Wanting to get there rather quickly, he launch pads, making a lot of noise and alerting Summit and his duo to Ninja's presence. He glides and lands onto a lower part of a house across the way, and right as he hops up to the roof, Summit and his duo come out from the attic, catching Ninja by surprise and landing an easy shot on him. So Ninja wouldn't instantly die, he backed down to the lower part of the house for cover, giving him the low ground in the process, and from there, Ninja takes his only shot at winning the battle, missing Summit, allowing him to land a shot on Ninja, eliminating him. It is just hilarious to hear Ninja's reaction to finding out he ran into Summit. He had a good laugh and continued on to the next game. I actually remember over a year ago when this clip was posted to Twitter, thinking it was one of the funniest things ever, as it was one of the first streamer encounters in Fortnite Battle Royale. Number 7 is Tfue versus Ninja. Ninja kills him after calling him a hacker.
Send it, mate.
Later, dude. I'm gonna make sure to go in the theater and report your ass, bro. Literally didn't miss a shot on me the entire time.
Tfue and Ninja, they're back for a second time on this list. Tfue feeling risky that day, queued up for solo squads, not knowing he'd run into Ninja's squad by himself. This took place around a previous build battle Ninja had with another squad before Tfue got there, allowing for lots of space, cover, and places to move around. Tfue states that he's about to perform a tac attack with the good old common tactical shotgun. He boxes in Ninja's first squad mate, allowing him to surprise edit and take an easy kill. Another mate of Ninja's attempts to come from behind, but is easily taken out with a couple of shots of a gold scar. Ninja, already feeling nervous now that his whole squad is down or already eliminated, has suspicions though. Tfue lands a couple shots on Ninja before getting into a low ground position under Ninja. Tfue decides to use the trusty balloons to float his way into the sky, keeping the pressure on Ninja all the way up until Tfue decides to take a risky move, cuts all of his balloons, knowing if he doesn't land a shot mid-air on Ninja, that he will die. He falls in right before he hits the ground. He lands a shot on Ninja, but it wasn't enough to kill him. That ended up eliminating Tfue, with Ninja the only person left on his squad. Ninja, still not knowing it was Tfue, called him a hacker for landing every single one of his shots throughout their whole battle. I'd probably call hacks as well if I was almost killed by someone making a suicide jump, but who do you think would have won the battle if Tfue decided to land safely? Let us know what you guys think down below. Number 6 is Ninja versus CDN the Third.
Let's go, baby! Don't you ever with me, boy! Don't you ever!
Dusty Depot, one of the worst old locations in Fortnite, was part of a 1v1 between Ninja and CDN the Third back before the meteor hit. CDN the Third decided to build to the top of a warehouse as he heard a gun battle somewhere in the area. He was correct, as Ninja just happened to be wrapping up a gunfight with another player. CDN the Third used the skylight windows of the warehouse to his advantage when trying to eliminate Ninja, being able to land a shot, bringing him down to 55 HP before Ninja realized he was even there. Ninja ran around the warehouse to try and avoid the shots, but took another 54 damage before taking cover, leaving Ninja with 1 HP. Luckily, Ninja had bandages, healing himself to 46 health, allowing him to be more aggressive. After healing, Ninja took a shot on CDN the Third, almost killing him and bringing him down to 7 HP. This caused CDN the Third to fall back, knowing healed, while he can't as he has no meds. Ninja, knowing CDN the Third is low, decided to push to the top of the warehouse. Ninja confronts CDN the Third with barely any help by delivering a pump shotgun shot, missing CDN, allowing CDN the Third to take out Ninja. Like, what? How did he miss? Was it hit detection or did he actually miss CDN? Either way, it was a huge fumble by Ninja. And in at number 5, we've got TSM Myth versus Summit 1G. Woo! The name drops, my friend. The name drops.
Is this guy a what? What's happening? What just happened? He kept building up and building up and building up, and I couldn't catch him. 14 health.
In this clip, the stakes were high. Myth was in a 1x1 tower high in the air with no launch pad as a player. Decided to climb his 200-meter high tower to try and battle him. That gave Myth a lot of time to prepare. The one and only Summit 1G. Summit decided to trek his way up to build to snag yet another easy kill, but he wasn't expecting the competition that he encountered. As Summit climbed closer to the top, Myth started building his tower higher. Summit, despite having a massive disadvantage with no launch pad as well, continued to climb. Summit got some shots into Myth's tower, allowing him to climb inside. But Myth did not back down. He jumped off of his build down to Summit's ramps, allowing him to hit a 104 damage shotgun shot. Myth, with only 14 health, climbed back to the top of the build to keep the high ground. Summit broke out of the 1x1 right as Myth peered over the edge, allowing Myth to sneak 2 shotgun shots on Summit 1G, eliminating him. And I am just flabbergasted that this fight didn't end in fall damage, as it would have resulted in total elimination. Number 4, KingRichard versus Tfue. Ever wondered what a streamer battle looked like when jetpacks were still in the game? Well, this fight actually went down between KingRichard and Tfue.
Get him, baby! Let's go! Let's go, Tfue!
Let's go, baby!
This battle was just north of Loot Lake. I mentioned earlier a jetpack was involved, but which streamer had the power of great flight? KingRichard. Even with the jetpack, it was still a very interesting fight. They got into a head-to-head build battle. Tfue got some shots on KingRichard, but even with the jetpack, KingRichard was built over and boxed in by Tfue. KingRichard broke out and took some damage, then floated to the ground to try and get some damage without direct contact. KingRichard broke Tfue's 1x1 tower to the ground, and KingRichard tried to get the dominant position, but was still outbuilt by Tfue despite KingRichard being in possession of the jetpack. Frantically trying to beat Tfue, he accidentally boxes himself, then fails to make a triangle edit. This move allowed Tfue to shoot through the thin 1x1 roof and eliminate KingRichard before he could escape. Number 3 is Tfue versus Dakotas.
Yeah, I'm on the first floor, all the way in the bottom. Are you up there?
DK, I got killed by Dart. I got killed by my boy Dakotas, bro. They straight sniping me, bro.
They talk about his snipes. Imagine a duo of pro players or streamers running up on you while getting sniped by another duo, essentially being third party. What would you do? I'd probably panic and not know what to do. Well, this actually happened to Tfue during one of his solo squad games at Tilted Towers. He was battling a duo, which turned out to be Dakotas and CDN III. CDN III pushed Tfue to distract him, even though he was already focused on getting sniped from afar. Tfue was able to hold off CDN III and avoid the sniper. Meanwhile, Dakotas was climbing the stairs of the building Tfue was on top of. By the time Dakotas was on top, Tfue was so distracted that he was pushed into a 1x1 by Dakotas, allowing him to fire an assault rifle through the thin wall, finally eliminating Tfue. Surprisingly, Dakotas didn't even notice that it was Tfue and thought he was a regular player. Imagine his reaction when his chat told him who he actually killed. And in at number 2, we've got Myth versus Daquan and Camille's. This clip showcases the popular Fortnite streamer Myth as he faces off in a 2v1 against the streamers Daquan and Camilla.
Let's go! The positional fucking advantage king, baby!
This was actually back during Season 2, where Fortnite was a lot different, where guns performed differently, and so did the game overall. It starts with Myth in a 1x1 on the edge of Wailing Woods, observing a battle between Daquan, Camilla, and another duo. Myth lays down some shots, ultimately assisting in eliminating the other duo, but alerts Daquan and Camilla to his position in the process. Daquan and Camilla push up, pressing Myth with an assault rifle and an RPG eventually. This forces Myth to double back to his 1x1, where he's able to edit his way back up to the top while still taking constant RPG shots. Camilla pushes up with no defense, allowing Myth to sneak an RPG shot at him, instantly downing him, and him and Daquan exchange RPG shots, destroying each other's structures, giving Myth the chance to push up before Daquan rebuilds and snags the kill with his tactical shotgun. And in at number 1, it's another name drop, ladies and gentlemen. It is another name drop, Tfue versus Ninja.
I'm dead, yeah. Tfue, GG, man. 100% great play.
Oh, TP's 1-0 against me, man.
Ninja and Tfue, they are some of the biggest and best Fortnite streamers out there, and some of the most, I should really say most talked about, because there are clearly underrated streamers, unbeknownst to myself, unbeknownst to you, unbeknownst to them, that are probably in many ways better than them. If you take a look at the leaderboards, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But have you ever thought about what would happen if these two titans got into a gun battle? Well, it actually happened back in Season 3 before the meteor hit. Ninja ran into Tfue during a solos game near Dusty Depot and the hills surrounding it. Ninja impulses to a nearby mountainside and runs into another player who happened to be Tfue. They exchanged a short gunfight until Ninja decided to push him with a SCAR and an RPG. A deadly duo, a combination that is not to be reconciled with. Tfue, feeling too much pressure, builds up and launch pads over to the mountain where Ninja was previously at, and such a bold move allowed Tfue to build up to a vantage point where he's able to pull off a sneaky sniper shot, killing Ninja in the process. In the menu, back to the lobby, Ninja praised Tfue's skills with a nice GG and continued on to the next game. This is just one of the encounters between Tfue and Ninja you'll see on this list. Who would you guys like to see in a build battle? Also, be sure to drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, push notifications on, use code T5G, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.